Oh, good morning, everybody. Roy Tabora here on the North Shore of Oahu. Mary Jean back there, and our producer director, the lovely Ann Wood. Say hi, Ann.
Hey, aloha, everyone.
All right.
Good morning.
And so we finished up the Moonlight, the last session. That was it. So it's sitting over there to dry before we proceed with all the other things that we need to do. So today we're going to start a new canvas. This is session 1.
Woohoo!
Mark it on your calendars. Wait the kids.
The part is stopped.
Wait a minute. Okay. I gotta see his
and we're going to do a sunset. And
This is really exciting.
I am excited.
Yeah.
I am excited because we're getting all javaed up.
A sunset has more than indigo, blue, and white. I'm really excited.
But not this stage is still going to be rather simplistic. As you can see, I haven't even done the sketch. I thought about it, but I wanted to do it on camera.
Great.
So that you guys can see the entire process. And as usual, I'll go with the pencil sketch. And when I'm pretty satisfied with that, I'll go over it with thinned paint. Thin it with just regular paint thinner. Some people use other solvents, but whatever it is that you got to thin your paint, that'll work. And the reason for that is, at least the way I'm using it, is that it will stain the canvas so that the brightness of the white is not glaring at me. And once the whiteness of the canvas is gone and if everything's toned, I can make a judgment on what I've done as to how satisfied I am with that, and I can make adjustments accordingly. And that is always the process, right? You're not always going to get it right on the first go around. So you always try to do that, but when you don't, that's not unusual, right? You just make the adjustment and get it as correct as you want it to be, and then proceed from there, right? So with all the years that I've been painting, that part has not changed. So you're not really trying to look for that to change so much as you're trying to get better at it, so that if you are going to make changes, hopefully over time there will be minor changes, if any at all. You know, you might back into a really good day where, you know, everything you touch was gold, and so we like those too. We take those, but anything short of that, no sweat, right? Look at that as a the challenge for today, and that dealing with that will up your skill level of problem solving. So that is also good. So no matter what happens during the session, look for the benefits of whatever that was, even if that's not what you were looking to do. I can almost guarantee you there's something good in there that will come in handy, will benefit you at some point, okay? So try not to be disappointed during the work process. Don't be dismayed. Everything is workable, okay? All right, so let's do that. I will do a sketch.
So you just have a regular pencil again?
I
or
have
special?
a regular, what is this? Number 2. And it's not just basics, right? It actually says just basics. There you go.
So we are just
there we
basic.
go. So you don't get any more basic than that. All right. More coffee.
So do you have a plan?
I do have a plan. I'm going to ad-lib. That's my plan.
All right. Oh, no. I like this. I'm going to take notes.
No. That's only if you're at the easel. If only you're at the easel. No. Obviously, I have a little bit more of an advantage having been painting for a long time. So I've got a lot of images in my head, right? It's very, very different. than when you're first starting out and you're kind of in search mode, trying to get all kinds of things together. And I've been there. So the good news is that's not such a bad place. It's something to look fondly at later on when you look back at how you started. But enjoy it. Enjoy every phase, every level. I want to remind everybody what what are you guys talking about over there?
Nothing.
You can't be whispering
Well, I
back.
can tell you I'm not repeating it.
Anyway.
It's funny.
Oh, what is funny?
I'll tell you later.
My grandfather would always remind us kids when we were learning, and he was mentoring us. Remember, we were like 5, 6, 7 years old. That as an artist, right, a painter, sculptor, whatever, as an artist, you're a creator, right? You create things, and rightfully so. Your joy as a creator should be in creating. That is the process of creating what it is that you're doing, right? And that joy that you get from that is reserved for you. That's only you can have that. Nobody else can, right? So you don't want to miss that, right? If you miss that, he would always say, "Well, that's your fault," right? Because you didn't take advantage of what it was offering you, all right? And the finished product, however, can be enjoyed by one or more people. You can actually pass on the art to other people who may enjoy it as much as you, if not more. Sometimes less. It's all subjective, of course. But the point is, the act of painting or creating art is exclusively for you. So don't miss it, right? There's a lot of joy in it, even when things are not working out. The joy does not come from things working out, right? The joy comes from the fact that you're doing it, number one, and you get to do a little problem solving, and the fact that you will get better with every effort that you put into it. It's a good feeling, right? It's a good feeling in any part of life that you improve upon. It's a good feeling. So don't miss it at the easel. It's not supposed. I'm not a big agony and ecstasy kind of guy at the easel, right? I like what the images that I do. I like the process. I love the smell. I love everything about it, right? So remember, things don't always have to go right. So it's okay to call missteps or mistakes what they are. It's no big deal. Just don't put a whole lot of value in them beyond the fact that, oh, okay, now you got something that you need to work on, right? Which is great. You want that. You want those as often, as early as you can, so that you can get all that out of the way and you have more good stuff that you're going to be dealing with going forward. Okay? All right. So, enough stalling. I need my coffee still. Well, I always start out with the focal point. That's the way I compose my images, right?
Okay,
And-
so you're gonna start to sketch with a coffee in your hand.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you.
It's coffee.
It's coffee. It's just coffee.
Well,
I don't need your.
emphasis on the quiet. And as usual, if you have any questions, comments, or answers, go ahead and let Ann know, and she'll let me know. And if we know the answer, we will tell you.
So this is kind of cool. Sandy is from the Big Island. She's on this morning.
Okay. Hi,
Sandy
Sandy.
Yim?
Yeah,
Sandy Yim.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Hi,
I
Sandy.
forgot she moved from the Big Island.
That's right.
From Hawaii
Two.
High.
And Sandy Yim might be thinking, who's this girl and how does she know who I am? Because she lived in Kaimala Marina, and that's where my best friend Cheryl Forney lives. That's how I knew where that I knew where Sandy Yim lived.
So they and then Caleb is on, and what's kind of cool is Caleb's art is completed.
Right there.
The enhancements
Yeah.
sitting here in the studio.
Yeah.
Caleb.
Right. And Caleb, is he on? Is he watching?
Yeah, he was on a second ago.
Yeah, he's watching.
Okay. I did your piece yesterday, and I'm not going to tell you what it is that I did to it, but there's something in it that's special, that's just for you.
Special for Caleb. I love it. Now I want to go over and look at it, but I'm not gonna.
You can.
Is it on the front or the back?
Well, he had a dedication request. I did that on the back.
Yeah.
But I did something on the front.
All right,
That
I gotta
especially for you're not gonna find it, Mary Jean.
I'm not gonna find it.
No.
She can't touch it. I'm not allowed to touch it. You're painting.
Just like little kids.
You're painting a 30 by 40, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Oh.
One of the Facebook watchers asked.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the size is 30 by 40 or 40 by 30.
40 vertical.
Okay, I can't
Her
look at
name's
that.
Cindy Birchfield.
Oh yeah. She's from the East Coast.
Oh, cool.
East Coast. Sorry.
She couldn't find us last time, so I tried to see what the problem was, but it kind of corrected itself.
Mary Jane, why don't you take Caleb's piece and do a walk by with it really quick so he can see it. Okay. Since Roy allows you to touch
Wait a
stuff,
minute.
maybe Roy will do it.
I will take it out of there so we don't have dominoes.
See, Caleb? Roy only trusts us a little bit.
It's this one. I know it's this one.
But you can just show them on film that it's here. It's kind of cool. Caleb, I'm gonna turn us in that direction so you can see where the production line is. And there they are. You can just turn it this way even, and he'll see it, you guys holding it. They're talking secrets over there, Caleb. I don't know what it says. They won't share the secrets with me.
No, I wouldn't topple that.
Well, not on purpose, you would.
Here they come.
Here comes Caleb's artwork.
Oh yeah, stop right there. We can see it really good. Just yep, right there. Yeah, that's yours, Caleb.
Caleb, that's yours, buddy.
Caleb and Laura.
And Laura.
And Laura.
too.
Sorry, Laura.
Let's not leave Laura out.
Right.
Yeah.
Caleb and Laura.
That's
Ah.
called Nocturnal Deep. Beautiful
Right.
painting.
So, like I said, I'm not going to tell you what it is that I did to the front of it. Mary Jean knows, that's why she's got that grin.
I'm
But
not saying anything.
have fun with it.
All for you, Caleb. Oh, he cannot wait. He's very excited. Oh, she was there watching. Laura was.
Good.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so it is kind of hard to sometimes, it's not your fault, it's just
What's
the
that?
brightness of the studio to see the sketch.
Oh,
But he is sketching.
and also right now I am not pressing hard on the pencil because I'm still trying to gauge whether or not I like what I just did. But once I'm sure of the strokes, then I'll make it darker and you guys can appreciate it better. But this is also a lesson that, don't go nuts right off the bat when you're doing your sketch, all right? And you can always make it darker later. All right. Uh-huh.
sketching is so that you kind of have a plan?
Right. I have an image in my head, right? But I need to transfer that image onto the canvas. So all of these things are guides for me, so that I don't have to constantly be thinking about everything. I've already plotted out my course that I want to take, so not only does it relieve me of having the duty of trying to remember everything, but if something else appears to be better than my original thought, I can make that adjustment. And also, sometimes the thing I'm thinking of doesn't translate well onto the canvas, so you want to know that too, right, before you get going.
I can't wait till we do a fan favorite episode.
A fan favorite episode? You sound like Dancing with the Stars.
Hey, then we're gonna put in like a house, a river, a bridge, a couple gnomes.
No, those things are so creepy. Roy's
But
not
they
allowed
would
to
be
paint
in Roy's
those.
painting. We can make them menahunes, little menahunes.
Oh. They're scary.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Am I in your way?
Not really. I want to be really
And personal.
You can't sit on his lap and why he's wrong. It's not.
Well, not anymore.
Not Santa.
Not since
He's
they
not- he's
changed
not-
the laws.
Okay, and he's not Santa.
Oh.
Where's Michael Steele? Is he watching?
He's working.
So today when we were driving here,
Uh-huh.
we were driving, in the windward section. The
Okay.
whole house are there.
Sure.
And the mist was down into them. I said, Ann, stop. Let's look at the view. It was really beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It was something.
I agree.
So, yeah, I guess we can't do that. And can you do some clouds hanging in the mountains in this painting? If there's a sunset, yeah, it's a sunset.
Right.
So yeah, it just rained and then the sun setting. Let's do that.
Okay.
I want some mist in the clouds.
We just have mist in
And
the
this is
clouds.
the universal gesture for mist.
This is sign language for mist in the clouds.
Really?
I don't
Are you
know.
sure it's not
I'm just
here?
winging it.
You can sign up at the fan favorite for
Oh,
your
I'm
thoughts.
signing up for my fan favorite. Oh, then it's going to be a waterfall for Mary Jean's fan favorite. I love waterfalls. They're just so I don't know.
Watery.
They're just so magical.
There's so much movement. Moving tons of H2O.
I'm trying to set up my Apple Watch, so that's what I'm doing down here. It has nothing to do with art, but I'm killing two birds with one stone.
You shouldn't kill anything.
Okay, I'm trying to be multitasking, which is my normal way that I operate anyway.
Has it been a while since you've done a palm tree in the foreground on a piece?
On the foreground as
Yeah.
opposed to the midground
Yeah.
and the background.
the hill.
Well, usually if they're in the foreground, it's mostly the trunk,
Right.
right? Because they're so up close,
Mm-hmm.
right? That you're not gonna fully appreciate so they're best midground.
Well, I was looking at Enchanted Moment yesterday,
okay.
and I didn't remember that it had the trunk in the foreground. I was like, God, I love that. It was on the left side. But
Enchanted
I thought,
Moment.
that looks so good.
Uh-huh.
The other one that's very interesting that you've never really had a revisit to was Rhythmic Dance, where
Yeah.
it had the seagrass and dead coconut.
On the bottom left.
Yeah, that was super cool. Very unique.
I love that painting.
Yeah.
I have a little tiny, I have a mini print
Oh,
above my desk in my kitchen. That is one of my favorite pieces
kind
of
of a
all
cool,
time.
unique piece.
Rhythmic Dance, yeah. It's sold out, yes? Isn't it sold out?
It's on the verge.
Almost.
It's on the endangered species list. species.
Well, it could be extinct or endangered, right?
Yeah. So I am doing what it says. This is so frustrating.
Why?
Well, it says bring your iPhone near your Apple Watch. I'm right next to it. So I
Oh,
don't
it didn't
have
say right next to it. It just said near it.
So sometimes when you're having trouble, you can call their Apple
Yeah.
support and they'll help you on
It's
the
like
phone.
I've been having trouble with this for a week.
Well, I didn't touch it, so all I can say
No,
is
no,
I'm
it's
not to blame
it's,
for
no,
once.
it's the
See,
water.
look at the people that are always concerned about blame.
Oh no, for once.
I know, right?
And
Right?
you didn't have anything to do with my Apple Watch.
For once.
You didn't crush it or step on it. So
The
it's
point
all
is like, oh, blame not me.
For once, it's not me.
No, yeah, I went to wear it one day
It's a
when I went to
legitimate
walk and it didn't work and I was like kind of crushed. I was like, what? What? How am I gonna know how far I'm going?
Come on, huh?
I know how
All right.
where all the distance.
So-
Okay, let's see what happens.
I got some rock piles over here. And I'm pretty happy with that, so we'll make it a little darker.
Look, I'm gonna try to copy Roy's hairstyle.
You need more gray.
Well, I would have more
Let me
gray,
see
but
it go
I
in there.
colored it.
Let's see it again.
No, but see, I was trying to do his the same way he does his
You have to get in closer.
man bun, but
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
working. It's okay. I'm just trying to make him laugh, you guys. That's all. Happy painter make happy painting. It's true.
You just made that up.
You know, happy
I think
Peter,
Mimi said
happy
it.
production.
No,
team.
actually, a lot of artists
Mimi said it.
are tortured.
Oh, well, maybe later.
I'll have to schedule that.
He has to schedule that in after lawn cutting.
I'll schedule myself to be on the road.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's water. Right? Was that right?
Yeah,
I was right.
I am a seascape painter. You know?
Oh, yeah. There's going to be water in every single one. That makes you a seascape artist, right?
And there's a lot of them.
Oh, well,
There's
only-
many.
but there's
There's
only
many.
one Tabora. Remember that.
All right. Is that? Can you see that better?
We're
Or not
getting there.
really?
Yeah, I can totally see it.
Okay. And if it helps you guys, that with your sketch, you know, you can do some shading on there, right? Let's say like this rock right here, right? A little bit.
Caleb said, is your Bluetooth on? He just said to make sure your Bluetooth was on. Maybe that's
Yes,
part
Caleb,
of it.
thank you for the tip because you know what? Caleb, it wasn't. And then I just put it on. But now you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to restart the whole phone because I'm frustrated. And I can't be frustrated.
He likes waterfalls too.
Caleb?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not, I'm just, it's like if I see one, I want to stop and look at it.
It's like God's gift.
It's just,
When you,
and you know what?
have like something out of nowhere that's amazing and it's
saw,
secretive.
I saw somebody had posted, he's like one of these like Hawaii famous photographers, and he had done a whole like drive-by, flyover, I don't know what it was. He was in a helicopter, but it was all over the Nepali coast. And there was this one section where there was like 6 or 7 waterfalls. Like it had to have been deep in somewhere, but I just was mesmerized by the picture. I'm like, I cannot get over this, that this water is just all coming down, connecting to each other and then into the ocean there.
How do you think the whole guys were cards?
It's just amazing. Like, but that Nepali coast of Kauai, there's nothing like that on the planet. It's just so unique and beautiful, and we have a nice collection inspired by that beautiful mountain range that is just amazing.
All right. Okay. Sounds good. So maybe we'll. And with this composition of, you got the rocks on the two extreme left and right, that may look a little too symmetrical, right? So So you might want to break that up, right? And I'll do that. And let's do this. Let's have this guy go all the way to the bottom.
So Roy, did you approve the production proof of?
Nah, before you guys go, I will.
Oh, okay. You just haven't looked
Oh,
at it.
yeah, and then maybe I'll have you dedicate it. He is very anxious to get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting that he
Did you take a look at it?
Yeah.
I did.
And not seriously though,
Oh.
from the car, only in the car.
I seriously looked at it.
And
I love it. I love it.
Alright.
I love it. And I mean, I'm not a professional at proofing a print right out of production, but to me it looks pretty exact.
okay.
But, you know, trained eye needs to look at it before the
The untrained eye.
untrained eye, yeah.
All right, so we have this. Now we will add the mid-ground. And you can turn the light on. Oh, over there. Where you going?
The bottom?
No, no.
Yeah, by the
You're
front
going the
door.
wrong direction.
Oh, front door. Side door.
By the tansu to your right.
This one?
Turn it on. See what happens.
No.
There you
Yes.
go.
I feel like I've been there.
It's pretty good.
All right. That looks good. I like that.
This is the only part that I would say, if it's anything, if it's a slightly different blue.
Right.
But,
I feel like he would highlight in there
did
too.
I feel like? So, yeah, I think it looks good. So to, find out, see here, look at, now here's something. See the color of the green right there? And then look at it here. That means they didn't nail that. See how it's different? So does that mean they either changed it or is everything else similar or did everything else change? Because that and that are different. So did they brighten the signature so it shows up more?
Maybe that's why.
Or is everything changed and based on that, it all turned to a different color? So and then I don't know how selective the artist is about something like that, but that's the only noticeable thing. And that was the last thing I noticed, because that was the last thing I looked at. Did you haven't looked at it really, right?
At all.
Oh,
No.
okay. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. So usually when you make a reproduction, you are going for an effect that most closely matches the original, is that correct? When you paint?
No, there's all different philosophies and attitudes about the reproductions you're gonna make. Some people use the giclée process to actually improve upon the original, right? Because you can manipulate things in there, right? So there's no rule that says you can't do that. So do what it is that you think is going to give you the best product, right? And so if you're going to produce an edition of Giclées, I think it's safe to assume, you know, you want every single piece of that edition to be just outstanding, right? So, and if you can achieve that by manipulating the Giclée process to tone stuff down, kick stuff up, whatever it may be, sometimes even eliminate certain things, then yeah, you wouldn't want to do that. I like the idea of being able to preserve the spirit of the original, all right? Because I've seen Giclées that were done that were just they're very accurate, but somehow it's lifeless, right? And so I would vote against that. I would much rather be able to achieve the point where the spirit of the original comes through in the edition, because I don't know, that's what I go after when I'm trying to do my work. I always think about the spirit of what it is that the finished product is supposed to emanate. So we go with that.
I like how you did a little bit of detail over on the right side.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Again, you know, it's this is the fun part, right?
I was just gonna say.
there's not a whole lot of rules other than you're able to move the project forward to your liking. And like I said, if I have an idea, I'll mark it on here. I don't have to follow it later, but I don't have to keep track of all the ideas, right? change, so don't worry about it. And I always encourage everybody to look at as many references of whatever element it is you're trying to do, and try to copy those, right? And it trains your eye-hand coordination, and that is always going to be helpful to you. Okay. I like this. I like. Okay. So that's that. Okay, so now what we'll do is we will do the wash first. So since this is a sunset, we're going to use warm colors. So, and those would be your brown colors, right? Or earth colors, right? It doesn't have to be just that, but whatever it is that you think it will help you remember the kind of colors that you had in mind for your final painting, do that. Okay, let's start off with, I got raw sienna that I'm going to use. I've got some light red. You can use some burnt sienna if you like. Any of those will work.
Do you want to look real quick? You got a little text from Rose, I think. That was a jingle from him.
Excuse me, folks. Let me just take care of a little business here.
Oh, CR's on. Good morning, CR.
Hey, CR, how's it, bro?
Oh, my friend Megan Matato is on. She lives in Washington.
Who?
Her name is Megan Matato. She's a family friend. Grew up with her like a sister.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she loves.
And you're still friends?
Yeah, I know. It's because she
Amazing.
hasn't seen me in person in so long.
All right.
So CR had asked, do you ever
Yes.
do a painting, real quick, do you ever do a painting without a sketch?
No.
Oh, no?
Nope.
Oh, I
one of our projects involved having to do a, an exercise in doing master's work, right? And I had to imitate Vasily Kandinsky. And yeah, so his stuff is, you know, very non-representational, so I didn't need much of a sketch. I went after trying to figure out if I got the feel correct. But for the most part, all the representational work that I did, yeah, involves getting a sketch done. Okay.
You're like the Bob Ross with swag, she said, with aloha swag. Oh, they love watching.
She's trying to get on my good side. Right?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Bob Ross with swag.
Okay, well.
We won't hold that against you, Megan.
No, not right away, we won't. But if you keep this up, we will have to hire you. Because that's what everybody in my company does. They just rag on me all day long.
Hey, what else would we do?
You got a point there.
I need an outlet.
I guess. So you can get shot.
Sometimes we get
You get an outlet and stick your finger in it.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm just putting a tone down on the sketch, on the rocks, right? Trying to visualize how I might do the actual shapes of the rocks when I'm ready to underpaint it, right? So I'm using not a huge brush. It's not exactly tiny, but it's not huge. And the reason I do that is I kind of look at it at this stage as a dry run as to how I might do the actual painting, yeah? So it gives me ideas of how to portray the volume, okay? Because right now, obviously, it's very flat. It's like a silhouette, right? So that part is fine. It identifies the footprint on the canvas, right? But at some point, you have to add details to bring about the volume of what you're doing. Otherwise, it's not going to work. But at this stage, again, right, when I leave out the white parts, I'm imagining that is where sunlight is hitting it. Okay, so none of this is permanent, right? This is just to mark the idea while I'm thinking of it. All right, so this is just raw sienna and a little bit of light red. The light red's not even really necessary, that's just for me. But if you want to add something else to it for you, then go ahead. That'll be fine. Again, the main objective at this point is we're getting rid of the white area, the canvas brightness. A lot of people will tone the entire canvas with this, right? Before they even do the sketch. That is fine as well, right? There's nothing wrong with any of that, right? You wanna explore all those different styles to figure out which style suits you the best. And that will probably yield your best work, right? If you're using processes that are conducive to how you want to work. Okay, so now in its simplistic terms, I've got that toned in. So I'm going to do the same thing to the right side. Just raw sienna. Yeah, about that tragedy, yeah, in
Miami.
Miami, my gosh.
Yeah, that was just really just
That would look weird, the way
Like-
it went down.
like it just out of nowhere. It just crumbled.
Well, that's
Like,
the
was
name.
there no warning? Like it just
Well,
happened.
well, yeah, obviously it did, but there was one, somebody was being interviewed that his grandmother was complaining about how she was hearing creaking,
Ooh.
right? We don't know if that's it, but it just so happens that she did mention that to him, and of course he ignored it, right? Because who would immediately think, oh, the building must be trying to fall down, right? You're not gonna think that. You're just thinking somebody was imagining something. But just the way it fell, so weird.
Here, he had a response. So that means they're gonna order in the frame?
No, no, no. That means we're gonna try that. We're gonna
Oh,
wait.
wait, got it. Not waiting, wait. Yeah, wait on the frame order.
Or hold off.
Yeah, check. Good, awesome.
Like if we have ways to remedy, like I said, shims. Remember I was telling
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Oh, I know what we're talking about. Oh, good. Okay.
Does it feel hot in here?
No. If
Okay.
you go sit in that green chair,
Oh,
you'll
you know
be
what?
freezing.
We could turn that one
Yeah,
on.
Oh.
that one, the right's on and the left is not. But that's if you sit in that
It'll
chair.
get better, and I just turned it on.
Okay.
Because that chair, the green chair, is cold. Like I'm sitting there and I'm freezing.
I think I see steam
I
coming
think
off
I
of it
see
right
steam coming off. Okay, so this is okay. So
Okay.
it's a sienna and red,
raw sienna.
raw sienna
Right.
and red.
And that is something they've never figured out how to do. So it's either raw or burnt. It's,
Yeah, they can't make sienna correctly. It's raw or burnt. Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I can tell when the AC goes off in my house too, because I will just get hot.
Yeah.
And then of course it's on a timer, so it doesn't want to go on unless you
Why
tell it.
don't you sit in the green chair and let's look at Ann in the mirror or in the camera. Let's see how that looks. Great. Oh, Ann, you look so wonderful sitting there.
So I think.
And now you're leaning out of the shot. Move over. Yeah, that way. There you go. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, this is not Basic Instinct, all right? Don't get any ideas. This is a family show.
Luckily I'm covered from the waist
These
down.
these two have been together working as Bonnie and Clyde for how many years?
Counting today.
Oh, so you have a calendar, you're marking it off? Like, oh my
Well,
God.
she's marking it off.
23 years and 9 months
Whoa.
That's it? I thought it was,
since 98.
Well,
September
Remy
98.
was 2 years old,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So September.
Who was two,
actually,
Remy?
September 16th or September 15th.
So
was
she had
my
just
first
turned
day.
2.
She did. I missed her first
because
birthday.
her birthday
You guys
says
celebrated.
September 11, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
celebrated at the Golden Dragon restaurant with the fireworks. It was a Friday night.
What do you mean? You weren't there? You were there.
No, not for the number 2. I wasn't there. I didn't meet Juno and everyone until the week prior.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Wally's wedding around that time. No, just the weekend of Wally's wedding. I came and saw the gallery and met Juno. He was painting on the easel, and Tom was there working.
Hiding. Working.
Yep.
That would be Tom Sebus if he's watching,
Yep.
which highly doubt it.
He's not watching.
And yeah, the
which is now a supersized ABC store.
Yeah. That was a
So
great
then that was
spot.
one of the first places I worked as well.
The Hilton.
That Hilton, the Little Hilton, and then the Outrigger. Like I was kind of all around. And then I really did like the Hyatt location. That was a nice gallery.
Well, it was a nice gallery, but the way it was positioned inside.
Of the Hyatt, yeah, you had to be inside that atrium walking around to see it. It
Right,
wasn't.
and then from the outside.
It wasn't street side. It was just a bummer. It just wasn't across the hallway.
If
You know.
if the entrance to it was lit up,
Right,
it would
dark.
be more attractive
Yeah.
to want to go in. But it's so dark,
Right.
it doesn't make you think, oh, let's go there.
But inside of it, like the layout of that gallery was really nice, and it had a lot of good closet pukas
Well,
for
was it? It
putting
was a
things.
really. It's always been a gallery. It was a really beautiful
Yeah.
gallery. It was
It's
just
just-
positioned.
It was like what,
there.
3 or 4 galleries were
Yep.
in there.
Yep. It sure was. Yeah.
But that was a nice location, and
Yeah.
yeah,
So I saw Quicksilver is closing down one of their locations in Waikiki. They're actually
Which one?
auctioning off. I have a feeling it's the one that's on Lures, that corner.
oh okay, not
Because,
our
yeah,
location.
No.
I still, whenever I see that spot, I still get very salty.
Aw.
I just look at it like, oh.
Hey, you know what? All I have to say is, we might have escaped trauma during the pandemic by not having that location. So
Well, it's like even when you walk, like even when I walked in there as the Quicksilver store, it still has the hill.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's remnants of it. It's like I know what was here before.
Blood, sweat, and
It's
tears
like
went
it's
into
like
that
a
thing.
dream. It's like I'm in a dream when I'm in there. I'm like
Oh, being up on the loft, installing those big picture.
taking them off.
Oh yeah, and being up there. You know how high that is?
Yes,
That's so
I remember
scary.
that.
But
That was crazy.
you just
day.
gotta not think about it. And but yeah, that was a great location. But they've got a pretty cool thing I saw on Facebook this morning. They are doing it's these auctions, right? So it's online auctions for some of the very specific items that they are going to get rid of. Some are surfboards that were mounted on the wall, and not so much the products that they were selling, but the unique
Items.
objects.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, they do have a good store layout, and I mean the decor of the store itself
Yep.
is very nice. They do a good presentation.
Hey, speaking of which, the location that we just got out of at the Hilton, do they still have those posters that we have?
Everything's still up. Nothing's
Really?
changed
Okay.
right now. Yeah.
If we can secure those, I'd like to
I
have those.
have spoken to Kent several times about it. So,
Okay, but wouldn't it be up to the Hilton guys?
no, we own them all. I think it was more about not letting their space look.
Oh,
Bad.
empty. Yeah, no problem. But
Yeah.
to the we want them back.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Good.
And
good.
I will remind him again too, because we have a sign still dangling. A couple customers are like, "We saw your store at the Hilton." It was just weird.
That was when we became island movers.
You guys did great.
Yep, moved that
Oh
entire
my
gallery ourselves.
God.
Actually, didn't we have help one day? Did Pictures Plus come, Roy, to take something away?
Did he?
No.
Oh, you're right. I hired-
Ruiz
Ruiz
helped
came.
us take
Oh, the furniture. Yes.
That was the day Ruiz
Yeah.
came. Was we did the
Yeah.
sofas.
Yeah, we did that, and
And
then
then
I
we
hired my daughter and her boyfriend and Rick to help move stuff in the cars one day. And
Yeah, I don't think I was with you that day. The
It
other
was-
times we were alone.
yeah, they were just a car run.
There was a lot of screaming that happened with us.
Was there a lot of screaming?
You know what? We have our
No,
own frustration
it's just-
dynamic.
We have a we have a good dynamic, and if people don't
If it
know
involves
us,
screaming, wait a minute.
No,
No.
we have a
it's
banter
just,
dynamic.
you know.
And it works for us because that way we're not mad at other people. We can just be upset about other things to each other.
Well,
That way we're not upset at them with the person who's causing us pain.
one day I remember I was at your house, and we were working, and your mom was like, after I left, she was like, why are you two like that?
You can't tell me you guys enjoy that.
It's just a
No,
way.
it's like, no, like
it's
Louis
just,
and me, when we
Right.
get into it, ain't nothing personal.
exactly.
It's
That is exactly
And that's
right.
the best part of
it's
it.
nothing personal, because then we'll be having this and then it's like a couple seconds goes by, and then it's like, so did you watch that show on Netflix? And it's just like,
Did you want to stop and get lunch?
Exactly.
No,
Like it
no,
totally
body to be that way. Everything is automatic already. And where we are in our arc of life, a lot of things are automatic, right? But it's only when you go, okay, wait a minute, does that really help?
I know.
Right? Like I said, right? If
Right.
being upset helps, I'd be upset every day. But it doesn't. Everything remains the same, and then on top of that, you're upset, right? It's like, so what is the point of that, right? You just make things worse. Nothing's gonna change or improve, and then on top of that, you're upset.
Yeah,
What kind of deal is that?
Anxiety and anger and agita. It's not my turn today. So don't you two mess it up.
Don't worry, it's coming.
It's great.
If you're participating in life, it'll be your
It's
turn
gonna
at
be
some
my turn
point.
again. It needed to be like in August. I need a break.
Don't you want? You must skip July altogether.
I want to skip.
Do you want to check the feed, see if we have anybody?
Let's see, is anybody
there?
talking?
Anyone
Besides us?
talking?
Sandy, let's see. Is this a commission or is it destined for a particular gallery?
Oh, I think it's destined for her address on the Big Island.
It's going to be coming to your address on the Big Island, Sandy.
See what you get for asking, Sandy? These guys are vicious.
With your break in
salespeople.
taxes for ag land, you can afford this.
When the bees start paying off.
Get some honey in that apple. So your wash again is sienna and some liquid.
Burnt?
No.
Burnt
Turpentine or
burnt
thinner.
sienna.
Mm-hmm.
Burnt sienna?
No,
No,
raw.
Raw sienna.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's either burnt or it's raw. There's no regular sienna.
There's
There's no medium rare.
Just sienna. Can I just have sienna? No, we have burnt or raw. Which one would you like?
Okay, so if this had been a moonlit painting, what color would you have been doing those rocks there? Would that have been in the dark indigo?
Yeah.
Okay, so if these are rocks are rocks, okay?
No.
They're
That's
not?
what an amateur would say.
Okay, well, that would be me. I'm an amateur. I'm an amateur.
No, I'm just playing.
Not even close
I'm just
to it.
playing. I'm
Okay,
just
but
playing.
that's what I'm saying. I'm just thinking, like, if they're rocks and they're rocks, why don't you just paint them dark to start off with?
Why? I consider this dark.
Okay,
Well, Mary Jean, when it's nighttime, how does a rock look to you?
dark.
Okay, when it's earlier in the day, does it look brighter than it does at night?
Is this a trick question?
It kind of is.
No,
It's an eye question.
it's a rock.
Right,
And
but
it's
at
either-
night, does it look dark because you can't see it? 'Cause
Right.
it's-
No.
It's dark because you
Here's
can't see
here's
it.
the real rationale.
All right.
You can always make it darker. Just think of it as salt on your food. You can always add more. But
Okay.
if you go too much, then you're gonna have to fix it, right? It's like a pencil sketch. You want to start off light, and then when you're sure of your line, then you put a little bit more pressure, right? It's like that.
Okay.
So it's like a do nothing and then wait and see what happens.
Well, no.
Do a little something?
No, it's just a procedural thing that you don't, so you can avoid fixing.
Now you know why we don't give them.
Yeah, you gotta be behind the camera.
Oh, I think I work better behind the camera. Oh, it's a rendition I've never heard before. This song.
Because everything on this station is like,
Covers.
yeah, I think it's not the real singer. That's probably why you can get away with it as
Yeah.
a copyright.
No, not that. Probably because the new artist, like, you know what? We'll waive that. Let's get some airplay.
Right. Wouldn't you, yeah, it's a compliment.
Well, everybody looks at it differently, right? Everybody's got their own take. The way I look at it is like, you know what? It's like Mrs. Fields, right? What's the first thing she did
A cookie,
after she made a cookie?
sold them.
Gave them away.
Oh, okay.
Gave them
Gave 'em
away.
away.
Test marketer.
It's the drug dealer principle. It's free, and then you get them on the comeback.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm hooked on these cookies. Okay.
How much? I'll pay whatever.
Yeah, right?
I got it.
$4 for a cookie? I'll take 3 dozen. But if you believe in your product, you give it away, and it'll come back to you at some point.
Yeah.
It works.
Clever.
Oh yeah, very good. Well, I think not even an original idea.
Right.
It was just a good idea. Yeah, like I said, if your product is really good, they'll
We're
want
not
more.
giving this painting away, just saying that up front.
Unless you got cookies.
76,000 cookies, please.
Woo, I like it. I could probably eat them.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday at baseball, someone had a box of Twinkies, right?
Oh, no.
That is like
Oh,
crack.
no.
So
Yeah. Oh, that
Rick
is
took
bad.
one, right? And she tried to offer it to me, and he said, "Oh no, no, that's for her." And I said, "Oh no, 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 no." See, with one, that means a box. There is
So-
no stopping me with Twinkies, so,
what-
there's no eating of Twinkies.
Recently, I think Ruiz brought in Ding Dong.
Ugh.
They're like chocolate with the cream and oh my god, I was like, don't bring this in here. We have like 3 things in our fridge.
That is one of the most expensive things to acquire in Hawaii at a grocery store.
Ding Dong?
It could be like $9 or $10 for a small box where you pay 2 or 3 at.
In the normal world?
Yeah, so when Roy and I go to Vegas, I
The
stock
raw
up.
spirit is in there, and the trade winds are figured into the bread,
Oh,
the
yeah.
milk, right?
Yep. But there's other things that aren't as much. Those are just
But they're not good though.
That's right.
It was not worth the bite.
No,
let
but
me
my
tell you.
kids like those little Debbie's that are strawberry. So when we go to Vegas, they're like $2 a box. I bring home
Yeah,
like
you can't get Little Debbie here.
No, not well, maybe Safeway.
No, it's
Not
not sold
anymore.
here.
See, the check didn't clear, that's why.
That's I guess.
Something happened.
Or they took them at the port to eat
There's
them.
no Little Debbie snack
The
cake.
check cleared. They just got lost after that. Because man, are they good?
We have our own baked goods. Let's stick with what we have here and enjoy what we have when we travel.
Sure.
Like what?
I was gonna stop at Ted's Bakery on the way over because we came the scenic route this morning.
Oh my God, I
It
didn't
took
even
us,
think about Ted.
Gosh, it took us about an hour and 45 minutes to get up here with no traffic because we took the scenic route. But
It's not that.
hour and a half, a little longer. But
You know what? I should have paid attention when we left Miles.
well, we were. Remember when I said it was 7:30 and we were by Punaluu by 7:30,
Yeah.
and then we got up here about 8:10. And we left Miles at about 7. So it takes a little bit, but Ted's wasn't open that early. That's a great bakery if you're ever
Oh,
on
yeah.
the North Shore, or you can find the pies in the restaurants.
Safeway, or no,
The
Foodland
grocery
Farm
stores.
sells them, not
Yeah.
Safeway. Foodland Farm sells
Yeah, are they
Ted's
good?
Bakery.
I'm gonna try a blueberry one this year. I stick
It's
with
making
it.
me hungry.
Jesus.
I don't want to talk about pie.
I
My
really like
cholesterol's
dessert.
high.
I can't help it. That's my thing. I love it.
Dessert is good. If you're gonna have a thing, that's a good thing to
Sweets are
have.
good.
I stick on the carnivore diet. It's better. If I stick on it. Sometime we'll have to bring down one of Roy's little trinkets that are in his studio, and he can tell a cute little story about why we have it.
What trinkets?
I like my little big boy over there.
What's the
The,
little
the Bob's Big Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with Elias Brothers in Detroit. It was called Elias Brothers, and that was just that was it. That was the go-to burger place. But you have a little statue of it. It's super adorable. So one day we'll talk about it. One day we'll share the
Well,
story.
you know the Bob's Big Boy.
I do. Maybe I'll grab it now.
All right.
Megan says she knows how to bake.
Who?
She's a great baker, Megan.
And Jim Swikert, I'm still scumbling the sky in the first painting.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. What's
Scumbling?
scumbling mean?
It's like a thin layer of paint.
Oh, that! Bob's Big Boy!
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Well, Christine found it somewhere, and she knew that Marty Kahn and I met to make a deal about being in this gallery in Mapuna Puna, Bob's Big Boy. Neutral territory.
What, is that on this, was this on this
Mapuna Puna.
island?
It was by Range 99, the gymnastics.
Mapuna
Okay,
Puna.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So, shook hands
Can
and we
you
made a
see 'em?
deal.
I don't know if you can actually.
So when she saw that, she goes, I gotta have that.
That is really funny
Make that
story,
a little
like how
turn.
sweet is
doing some multi-level marketing, and so he was recruiting. I think he was recruiting a couple to
Go on.
to be a part of this thing that he's doing. And then he looked up where they were in the couple's house, or the lady, it was just the lady that was there, I think, the wife was there. And he saw 3 little 8x10s that I did that she had bought to give to her husband as a present, right?
On the fence.
She bought it from the fence,
Right.
right? And so she had them in her house, and Marty saw them and asked about them, and she had my card, so she passed it on to him, and he got a hold of me. I know, right?
Just so random, like.
Yeah.
You get a phone call.
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You can make all the plans you like, and then there's stuff that's not in your control.
That's the universe working for you.
I'll tell you what, you know, if you just learn to just control your part of it, the rest of it, don't even worry about it.
So he calls you,
Uh-huh.
and then he says, "I like your art.
Yeah, and we're
Do you
doing
have
this.
representation?"
Yeah, we must have talked about those kind of things. I don't remember the conversation verbatim, but basically it's about showing with him, you know, his hopes and dreams of doing the gallery and whatnot. And like you said, he's a art history major, right? Art history major, so he knows a lot about art, right? And that's why it was really funny when he first told me, because like, most people will always say, I don't know a lot about art, but I know what I like. And he goes, I'm the opposite. I know a lot about art, but I don't know what I like. I said, that's clever. We're going to get along.
You liked him right away.
Oh, right away. Right away.
Right away.
Right away.
So he, what year did he open the gallery?
Oh, God, I can't. Mid-80s.
Okay. And
84, I think.
okay, and you just started. Did you have an all original program
Oh,
to
yeah.
start with him?
Oh, yeah,
That's what
I
it
had
was?
no money for print.
Thursday, you want to move in the chair so when you talk, you
Okay, sorry. I will move into the chair. Is this sweet?
Fake
I
Bob
think
Wizard.
this is a dog toy.
No!
It doesn't squeak.
No.
Okay.
No, you can take him out of there before he falls on the pavement.
Okay.
We're still on the raw sienna, folks, if you're still watching. And in some areas, it's darker because it's not as thin, right? That's why it's darker.
And you're doing it darker just to give yourself the dimension, or?
Well, because I know the other parts are going to be lighter. And
Oh,
then,
got it.
you know, I'm going to have to, this is kind of like a value study, light and dark, right? Except that instead of something really, really dark, like black or dark blue or brown, dark brown, I'm using this kind of a mid-tone color of the raw sienna, but it represents the darks in the painting, right?
Amber, what's this little creature?
He's straight up there.
You know what? He's a bank.
Yeah.
He has a slit in the back of his head.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. That's so funny. Okay. Alrighty. That looks so good. All right. That's awesome. Like, I'm just looking at it through the camera.
Okay.
Wow.
And this is a good stage for those that are starting out. You get to play a little bit, and your commitment is not final. You can change it if you like.
the
That's a lot
Hilton
to ask.
number was originally created before I was there, so the 4339 came first, then the cell phone came second, then everything else.
Said, that's a great idea.
As much as I can keep things simple, the better.
Of course.
That's why I made my passcode to get in my phone the same as Ann's.
What?
Yeah. So when she says go on my phone, I know her passcode because it's my passcode.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Which we're not going to say what that is because then we would, no, it's not for
Everybody's
not
consumption.
for everybody.
yeah, because all those people in Facebook land
are
can
gonna
get on my
steal our
phone. They can
right?
unlock
They're
my
gonna
phone
get
from
to
afar.
Unlock both of our phones.
Okay. Getting there, getting there, getting there.
So this software update, I think this is funny. It can support your irregular rhythm of notifications. Support irregular heart rhythm notifications in Malaysia and Peru. I'm not going to Malaysia or Peru.
But those are the only
What did I
places?
sign up for? What did I do here?
Those are the only places where they have it?
Well, I guess that's what the update is about. Like,
Because the Peruvians have had it.
yeah.
They're like, it's tough enough because we're in Peru.
Now we're going to know what our irregular heart rhythm is.
I know. It's just not right.
Oh, what happened to our music? Alexa, play music.
Here's the station you might like. The Beatles. On 101.
Okay. Beatles. We like Beatles. Okay. Getting there.
So we're gonna go about another minute and 15, and then we'll take a quick break. That's
Yes.
a good hour and a half is a good
Oh, yeah.
spot to just
Okay.
take a moment.
Whatever you say, boss.
Yeah, I like how it's really coming into some definition down there on the bottom. I like it. You can see it so much better on screen because you're filling in all the white. When you add color to white, you can see it. It's a new principle.
It's an old one, but it still works, so we're not going to change that. your light and dark, kind of like when you're doing a pencil sketch, right? If you want something to be kind of grayish, you don't press hard on your pencil. You let the paper come through, the whiteness of the paper to come through. And then where you want it really, really dark, then you just do the opposite, and you press harder on the paper. Okay, so then we'll be back, and then we'll see how far we can get to cover the rest of it. We'll see you later. Aloha.
All right, awesome.